Hi everyone, Raheem speaking here. Just got off the phone there with D Major, one of my basically team members there in my advertising pays. Reason for this video is quite simple. We were just discussing with the Saturday event there coming on what to say and what not to say because some people have raised, and I've heard this quite a few times, is what they should be saying in order to invite people. Now, the event to me is a no brainer. You do need to be there. Now, not just him. Others have said this before. They come up across with the issue of the price of the ticket, and they get hung up on that. Now, just to go reiterate or go into it of what you should be doing, because I explained there, is what you need to be doing is you're selling the event. Now, a lot of MAP members have seen the event or been to a event before, or there might be, you know, it might hundredth time they've been to that event. However, what we get from the event is an unbelievable experience. Our mind opens up. The basics of how the event works is the activity of what someone does within off a event within the first week is more than what they do within a whole month of being in my advertising pays. So the event is very, very crucial. Now, he, well, basically, one of the hang-ups which I just talked about was getting hung up about the cost price. So I said to D there is you're not explaining the actual, you're not selling the event. Now, when you're selling the event, and I use this analogy of, for example, if Tim came along to UD and said, I'm going to give you £10,000 to get Raheem into the movie Steve Jobs, you're probably going to go watch Steve Jobs, the movie, take some notes down, and then what you're going to do is you're going to tell me everything about that movie because your job is to get me into that movie because you know Tim's going to give you £10,000. That's what he's promised to get me to that movie. So you're going to work it in a different way. Now Simon Steps released a very good post, which I'm looking at my machine at the moment. So I'm just loading it up, and he put out a post here sharing the event there. The London UK National Map event. You're invited. Grab your tickets for the next big London National event. New Crown Ambassador Diamonds, National Police leaders, Christian there, and his wonderful wife, Isabella. Royal Crown Ambassador Diamond, first Map Millionaire Simon Steps in attendance. Yeah. New company updates, uh, Crown Ambassador Diamond and the amazing Victor. Now, before I go into the rest, a lot of us know about Victor. Phenomenal, phenomenal leader, phenomenal actions he's done with the business, and phenomenal results. The speech that Victor actually gives at the end, whether we've heard it or we haven't, it is second to none. Now, the My Advertising Pays event is £10. Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins, many other people, Kim Kiyosaki, these people do events for £5,000 to £10,000. This is an absolute steal, yeah, of for £10. Now, going back to Simon's post, he's talking about what you're getting out of the event. Now, just because you've seen the event and you get excited or your mind opens up, you need to learn to be able to communicate that through. So, what Simon's done on his post here, and he keeps going on about, he talks about Richard Mead, Danny Turner, plus many more great leaders I'm looking at right now. You need to be able to talk about that. Now, I know Victor from hearing him speak a lot of time. We all get empowered. It's a great end speech. What I do know of Victor, he's got a phenomenal story. He himself, he shared this one in one of the functions, was an orphan. It's not my job to tell you his story. My job is to say what a phenomenal person he is, where he's come from, and you need to be there to hear from this guy himself because of where he's taken his life and the results he's got. Now, that's what you need to do with when you're selling Simon Steps. Uh, he's doing 215,000 a month. Results aren't typical. You've got Polish leaders in this function. You've got national leaders from Richard Mead to Danny Turner. Uh, Learn to educate yourselves on these people's on their stories. Remember, also another key thing that you need to be doing, don't wait to get excited within the event. What you need to be doing is list down some people that you look up to. So what I said to D is, who do you look up to? You know, you've seen a few times at the events, and he popped out and he says Bev. So I said, that's great. You don't think of me because I'm your sponsor, and me and you can always get on the phone or Skype or whatever. But make sure you write Bev and maybe one other. And you want to be, and this is what I did with Rachel, I think last function. I made sure that we done an interview within the break. So I went in there saying I'm gonna take an interview using my mobile phone, and I'm gonna make sure I roll an interview there, and that interview is gonna work for me. Do you have to be confident? This, that, the other? Yes, in a way, if you want to look at it that way, you can get hung up on that. However, your mind will open up by the time the break happens, which will be about 2:30. Yeah, make sure you use that time productively. You need to be rolling these interviews. Use a quiet part of the venue and make sure you do that. You need three people, two of the interview, one holding the camera. I can't stress this enough. Most people are just laughing, joking, and I'm still saying laugh and joke and socialize. I'm just saying make sure you're taking away as much as you can from the event. Learn to communicate what you yourself have got out the event. Um, Saturday can really work for you if you get the mindset and the attitude. Number one, Simon's post, it's on his wall, he shared it, is, let me just give you the time which he shared it at. He shared it 10 hours ago on his wall. You need to use that as well as what you've seen already in the events, and that's what you need to sell. If you know of people breaking new levels, you can talk about that. And if they know me, for example, I'm going Crown on Saturday to be recognised. You've got Suraj there, again going Crown. You've got Ali going Diamond, and there's possibly another which I won't mention because he's aiming for Diamond. But whoever you see going in the network and they're going to be at the event, you need to be talking about them and their story. Maybe enter a private chat in Facebook, get to know their story, and that's what you need to be inviting people with. Invite people with what the event contains. £10 is an absolute steal, guys. It's it's a total steal. Yeah, I've paid a lot more back in the day for events to get motivated, for my mind to be kind of opened, to get some training out of it. These events are, yeah, they're very cheap, very cheap. I call them free, yeah, because you really do have world class leadership, and I've been round probably the best, from corporate companies to uh, maybe a different multi-level marketing company as well, and the leadership in this business is phenomenal. I wanted to just share this video with you. I've kept it under 10 minutes, but take this away. This is what you need to do in order to invite as many people to the event, and this can be used for any event or presentation, but this video in particular is used for the Saturday event in London. Go for it, guys. Make it happen. See you there. Bye.